Hello and welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to design a YouTube channel banner using Canva. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, this is the banner that we're going to be designing. It is the banner that I have on my YouTube channel. The banner is quite simple. I have my name at the top, followed by some text that says what I post on the channel, marketing, design, and e-commerce videos. Below that, I have a little block of text that says when I post new content. So it says new content weekly. To the right of that, I have a photo of me, which has a nice white outline. And all the way over to the right, I have a little bit of text that says subscribe with an arrow to the subscribe button. So let's head over to Canva and start the process of designing this channel banner. Here we are in my Canva dashboard. To create our Canva project, we need to simply go to the search box and type in YouTube. And we want to use the YouTube channel art project. Now you can either select a template or you can create a blank channel art project, which is exactly what we're going to be doing, as I'm going to show you how to create my channel banner from scratch. So let's click on create a blank YouTube channel art. But don't forget, there are plenty of templates that you can use if that is what you want to do. So I'll just click this right here. And here we go. So we now have a blank project. Now, before we add anything to this project, I'm actually going to show you the project that I used to create my banner. Because in this project, I have created a simple outline system that shows me where the content will be visible on YouTube. So in this middle box, the content on the banner will be visible on mobile, but as mobile is the smallest, that means it will be visible on all screens. Then we have the grey bar behind it, which stretches out to the right and the left of it. The content on this block will be visible on tablets and iPads. And finally, we have the box that spreads all the way from the right to the left of the project. And anything on this box will be visible on desktop computers. Now, it's important not to forget that if you view your channel on a TV, your YouTube banner will display the entire design. So not just these strips down here, but everything at the top and the bottom as well. However, I usually just leave that space blank because not many people view your channel on a television. So before you start to design your banner, I highly suggest creating these borders so that you can ensure that your content in your banner will be visible on all the devices that you want it to be visible on. So for example, it's important that you keep most of the content in this middle section here, because this content will be visible from mobile devices all the way to TVs. So to create these guidelines on your own design, all you need to do is go to Elements and add a square. And I'm just going to move it down here. And the height of all of them is 423 pixels. And the width, for example, for the mobile one is 1546. So I would adjust the height first of all to 423. There we go. And the width needs to be 1546. There we go, that's 1544, but it is pretty much perfect. It doesn't need to be absolutely precise. If you're a couple of pixels off, that is no problem. So just do what I've done and create these guidelines just like this. And once you have done that, you can continue the design process. So I'm going to delete this example, and I'm also going to move these bits of text below each of these guidelines. So now we can start to design our YouTube channel banner. And then once we have completed the design, we can delete the guidelines from behind the project. It's just a way to make sure that everything will fit in and will be visible when you go to look at the banner on YouTube. I just find it really handy to use some guidelines like these so that you don't have to keep creating new designs, uploading them to YouTube, seeing that you've made a mistake, then making changes in Canva, downloading it again, uploading it to YouTube again, and so on. So these guidelines make it really easy so that you can just design your banner, upload it, and you are done. So to design a YouTube channel banner, just like mine, we need to start by adding the text. So let's go to text and then add a heading. And I'm simply going to write my name, all in capitals. There we go. And I'm going to duplicate this. And then I'm going to add the text, which you can see below my name. So that is marketing, design, and e-commerce. There we go. So now I'm going to add these styles to this text. So first of all, I'm going to use the main text, which is my name, and I'm going to go to the fonts and add the now bold font. There we go. That's the one that we want. And I'm going to make the text quite a bit bigger. And we also want to ensure that the alignment is centered, which it is already, so I don't need to make any changes there. So there we go, we have the text. I'm going to put this about here for now. And now I'm going to adjust this text down here as well. So the font that I'm going to use is Now, but it's not going to be Now Bold, it's just going to be the normal Now font. Fantastic, so now I can put this below my name. And I'm going to make the width exactly the same as the width of my name, just like so. And in order to make it so that the text spreads out all the way from this side to this side, I'm going to keep it selected, click onto this icon here, which you can use to adjust the spacing. And I'm simply going to increase the letter spacing all the way until it goes onto another line. And there we go. So you can see that it's gone into 2 lines. This means I can now go back slightly and it will now fit in perfectly. So now I'm going to center it underneath my name. There we go. That is looking good. I'm just going to make it a bit wider and center it again and increase the letter spacing a little bit more. I'm going to try 130. That's good. I'll try 135. That fits as well, so I'll leave that for now. So there we go. Let's just make sure that it's centered properly below this other text. Okay, so that is good for now. If we need to make any changes, we can do that later on. Now, if you remember in the banner which I showed you in the beginning of this video, Anthony was in bold, but Isaac was not. And you can't do that by simply selecting Isaac and then changing the font, because it would change the font for all of it. So instead, what I'm going to do is duplicate the text, remove Anthony, make Isaac not bold. And then I'm simply going to remove Isaac from the original text. There we go. So now I can move Anthony all the way to the left, like that, and Isaac to the right. And the gap is a bit too big, so I'll bring them closer. And now that means I'm going to have to make this text a bit smaller again. So I should have probably waited and did that after I changed the other text, but not to worry. We can bring that down slightly until it fits in. There we go, fantastic. So there we go, we have the text done for now. We might need to make some changes later, but that is all looking good for now. Next, what I'm going to do is add the photo of me. So I'm going to go to uploads, as I have already uploaded the photo, and I'm going to find the one that we want to use. I think it's this one just here. So now I'm going to go to edit image and face retouch just to make my skin look a bit better. And we're going to use the auto mode and turn the intensity to 100. and then I'll click apply. And I'm also going to remove the background. So I'll click on background remover. Give it a couple of seconds and it will do its magic. And there we go. So I can click apply on that as well. Now I'll make the photo a bit smaller and bring it over to the right. Okay, so it's looking good so far. Now I'm going to double click onto the photo and I'm simply going to crop it so that I have no wasted space. And then I'll hit enter to confirm the changes. And before I make the photo any smaller, I'm going to add the white border to this photo. So I'll go back to edit image and I'm going to go to the shadows tool and click on glow. And I'll click on the C controls icon and I'm going to turn the transparency to 100, the blur to 0, the color to white, and the size is completely up to you. You can have it as a massive border, which looks a bit silly, or you can take it down. I think about 10 will look good, so I'll put it onto 10 and I'll click apply. And there we go, that is perfect. So I'm just going to make the photo a little bit smaller and bring it over to the right. And there we go, so I think that positioning is perfect. So we have kept it in the guidelines at the top. However, at the bottom, it doesn't really matter. It may look a little bit silly if you are looking at the channel on a television, but on every other device, it will look absolutely fine. So now we just have two more elements to add. The bit of text that says subscribe with an arrow pointing to the subscribe button, and the block below the text over here that says on it new content weekly. So first of all, I will add the block to below this text. So to do that, I'll go back onto the Elements tab and I will simply select the square just here. So there we go, we have added the square to our project. Now I'm going to move it down here so that we can make some changes to it. First of all, I'm going to click onto this icon up here and make the corner rounding 20. Now, as you can see, the corners are rounded. Now I'm simply going to change the color to my brand color just here and adjust the height and width of the block as well. And of course, I will center it underneath all of this text. There we go. I think that's good. Now I'll click onto it to add my text. I'm simply going to type in all capitals, new content weekly. And I'll select the text and change the font to the font I want it to be. Okay, that looks much better. So now I'm also going to increase the letter spacing. I think that's good. And now I'm going to adjust the width and the height a little bit more until it looks good. There we go. I think that is much better. I'll change the height a little more. Okay, I think that's good. So we have my name, we have what I'm covering on the channel, and we have when I'm posting new content. There we go. So that looks absolutely fantastic. So now all I need to do is add the text and the arrow which point to the subscribe button. So first I'll add the text. So I'll select this text here and I will duplicate it and I will simply write subscribe. There we go. And I'll put that about here. And I will also find the arrow. So I'm going to go to Elements and I will type in arrow. I think that this arrow here looks quite good. So I'll add that to my design, make it quite a bit smaller and rotate it. Okay, so this is looking good. We just need to make a couple of adjustments. There we go. That is absolutely perfect. So we have the main text, my name, which is the name of the channel, the topics that are covered on the channel, when I'm posting new content, a photo of me as it's my channel, and some text and an arrow to the subscribe button. So now all we need to do is delete the guidelines in the background. So to do that, I'm first going to duplicate this page, and now I can simply select all of these and delete them, and this one down here. And there we go. So we have designed a YouTube channel banner using Canva. We know that it will fit perfectly on all devices as we had our guidelines already. And we know that it looks absolutely fantastic. So all you need to do now is download your design. So click share, go to download, select the page that you want to download, click download, upload it to your channel, and you have successfully designed a nice, clean looking YouTube channel banner using Canva. So that is all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that you learned something new. I will see you in the next one. Once again, thanks and goodbye.